Good morning, all our friends. Sauter County Daily News. It is 7 a.m. Current temperature outside 74. Forecast high of 92 with a few rounds of storms starting late afternoon and cycling throughout the evening and night. So get out early and get your stuff done with your masks on. That music comes to you from the Boyd Williams Band, found on SCDN Radio, which if you are on the Facebook group, just scroll up to the very top. It's pinned to the top, been there about 2 years. On the website, just type in SCDN Radio. Look, if you're in a band, you're doing a lot of practicing these days. Hard to get a gig. So support local musicians and help lift their emotional state by listening to their music. They will see the activity and be inspired. So do your part and help those wonderful artists out. Let's go to the national news. In the national news, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid trends on Twitter. So let me tell you a backstory. Here's what happens. CNN's Jim Acosta appears on Anderson Cooper's show night before last. And he says that the White House staff was, quote, down to Kool-Aid drinkers and next of kin. Well, yesterday, by the millions, people tweeted about Kool-Aid. Those who drank it, those who wouldn't drink it, those who had too much, even offering vaccines to Kool-Aid exposure. Our calls to Mr. Kool-Aid about royalties and copyright infringement have not been returned. Minneapolis City Park Board Commissioner Chris Meyer wants to repeal an ordinance that prevents women from being topless in the city's parks. He wrote, elsewhere in Minneapolis, people of all genders can be topless in public, but in the parks and the parkways, women and transgender people are cited for it. The park is scheduled for the first of 3 votes last night. So we took a look at the ordinance. That's kind of what we do here. And the current wording says, no one 10 years or older is allowed to expose their genitals, pubic area, buttocks, or for females, breasts below the top of the areola in the park or parkway. Now, with child predators being indicted and jailed at astronomical rates, why can a boy or girl run around stark buck naked in the park until they're 9 years, 364 days old? Anybody want to vote on that? I mean, come on. Where's our priorities here, people? Finally, in national in Texas, 103-year-old Al Blansky jumped into the record books. Blansky set the world record for the oldest person to skydive. He was helping his grandson celebrate college graduation and made a name for himself. Look at me with my grammar. I better take another cup of Joseph. Blansky made his first ever skydive at the ripe old age of 100. So get out your golden pen, Guinness people. 103-year-old Al Blansky has just jumped into your books. Switching over now to the regional. Governor DeWine strongly encouraged all Ohioans to mask up yesterday in his 5:30, what we thought was going to be a press conference turned out just to be a little bit of a lesson time. Sort of like when your parents tell you for the final time, don't make me pull this car over or I'll shut the state down again. You can read all the specifics on our website. Very nice write-up. Next, Kokomo is not in the Florida Keys, Beach Boys. It's in Indiana. That's where we find our next story. A 19-year-old Kokomo resident arrested on federal animal cruelty charges. The indictment alleges that the person produced and distributed, hold on, wait a minute, produced and distributed animal crush videos. Do you know what that is? There's a whole trend on crush videos, and it starts with the mundane, and there's this whole subset of people that like to watch people squash things, like Gallagher smashing fruit and pies and things, but with animals. It is horrible. So we have the full report on SCDN dropping today. However, spoiler alert for you waking up early, this is a 19-year-old crushing animals in this case, but it's a girl. It's a girl. Yeah. So stay tuned for that to drop later today. Let's switch over to local. Stephen Foster, age 45, of Portsmouth, named in an unsealed indictment along with 5 other men in a northern Ohio federal court. The 6 men charged with the sexual exploitation of minors. The full heartbreaking story is already on our website, and I would encourage the Minneapolis Park Board to review that story as they're voting on whether or not to be topless. I think there's other parts of their ordinance they need to be more concerned about. As you're over on our website, you will get an opportunity to click on our VIP and get backstage access to how the sausage is made. VIP members, I'd like to encourage you to do that. There are some fantastic articles and some things that do not get onto the website, things that we're working on, and special things just for our VIP members. So if you want the real, true, unfiltered wildness, become a VIP. Finally, in local news, public gatherings causing some local controversy. Mound Park and Tracy Park seem to be the main hotspots. So groups are gathering, as one witness told SCDN, by the van loads to have meetings in the park. Well, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. In every other year in human history, except 2020. On the other side of things, or conversely, another group asked the health department for permission to gather at the park and was denied. According to his statement, the other organization did not ask for permission to gather. So, will they be handing out tickets today? I hear you answering. How did you get so jaded? Oh my. Let's close out with words that inspire. Words that inspire. Comes to us today from Babe Ruth. Here they are. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. Babe Ruth, 1,330 strikeouts, but went on to hold several world records. One of them took 78 years before Barry Bonds come along and broke it. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. Remember, when you go over to our wonderful website, take the opportunity to please sign up for the newsletter. All you got to do is put it in your email. No big deal. Comes out every single Sunday morning, 6 a.m., free of charge. That's it for your morning share. We thank you so much. If you would please, in the comments, just say hello, good morning, fare thee well, whatever you want to do to help with the analytics of Facebook, and they will be able to share with more and more and more people. Have a wonderful day.